Hey folks, we're looking good today. This is a Monday. What's today? Monday, the 27th of October, 2025. We're looking at about noon Eastern or Central Standard Time. And XRP is hitting about $2.67 right now. We're hovering nicely. I think we're finding our way back to $3 maybe. But remember, we're still in the middle of the bull run. And the heavy stuff starts coming in probably toward the end of October. This shutdown has affected it a little bit, but in spite of that, these guys are working. So here's an update on the Clarity Act from Brian Armstrong. He's the CEO over at Coinbase, and he says that they're 90% of the way there to getting a bipartisan crypto market structure bill passed next month, meaning November. I still think it'll happen this year. In spite of all the infighting that occurs in Congress, the money part, this part here, it has to happen. And they all know that. Sure, they're going to quibble about some of the details, but the party in power sets the stage. And right now that happens to be Republicans with Donald Trump. And I think their vision is what has won out. The vision that they had in the prior administration with Larry Gensler over at SEC was to pretty much kill and squash crypto. But and mostly because they wanted legacy banking to remain in control using blockchains, but only the blockchains of their choice. They weren't interested in letting the market decide. But I think it's pretty decidedly clear that if you let the market decide, we'll come up with a better solution to a certain degree, right? They still have certain things that they control that they can basically choose for themselves. For instance, the idea of the choice between a CBDC and a stablecoin isn't really a choice, it's just a different road to go down. CBDC is more central bank programmable money, and when I say central bank, I mean it's their money all the way. Whereas stablecoins is more of a still programmable money, but still more your money than theirs. And if we pass another piece of legislation, which President Trump has mentioned, the anti-CBDC law, that is key. We're going to need that element. And my guess is they're trying to get that language out of this bill. They took the language out of the Genius Act. But that language, I believe, if it's not here, they're going to set up a separate lone standing piece of legislation that addresses this. But it's got to be a part of the deal. Otherwise, it's just basically it's a new version of the old thing. And so we don't want the old thing and where you're debasing money. We want that to be a done deal. We don't want that to happen anymore. We may come across that at some time in the future again, but just like when the US dollar was born, it was born to replace a debased currency prior to it. Well, we've gone and debased this currency now. And so the new system has got to be able to build a trust. And the only way you do that is by backing it with something serious of value like gold or silver, something of value. And this way you have a one-to-one valuation of it that people can trust, and you use it as a unit of account, something they can trade, something that protects their buying power, their purchasing power. I had a video about 2 videos ago that talks a little bit about it. But let's hear from Mr. Armstrong here so he can tell you in his own words where our Congress is at, because they may have the government shut down, but they have to get this piece of work done. So they're busy working, and let's hope they get it done, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and bookmark. We'll see you guys on the next one. Till next time, adios, amigos.
Hey everyone, Brian Armstrong here. I'm back in DC, and even though the government is shut down, the Senate is working hard on getting market structure legislation passed for crypto, which is great to see. I attended some meetings this morning with both the Senate Dems, the Senate Republicans, and I'd say they're 90% on the same page. There's draft text being shared back and forth between both parties. Both sides want to get this done. That last 10%, there's a couple remaining issues open, like, for instance, DeFi. We want to make sure that we're pushing to protect DeFi and all the innovation potential that can have, and that the centralized intermediaries in crypto, like Coinbase, should be regulated, not the protocols. And then, of course, we're making sure to preserve stablecoin rewards for you as well. The big banks are coming for their cash grab, trying to block that, even though it was just recently decided in the Genius Act, which just recently became law. We're not going to let them relitigate that. So with these last few issues getting wrapped up, we're hoping to see this bill come out of committee by Thanksgiving. That would be a great outcome. Fingers crossed. We're going to keep showing up for your rights, and we'll keep you updated. Thanks.